There comes a point at the end of the day when the body is tired, but the mind is still holding everything. The room may be quiet, the lights may be low, the world may be slowing down. Yet inside you, the day may still be moving. A conversation may still be repeating. A worry may still be asking for an answer. A painful memory may still be standing at the door of your heart. Something that happened hours ago, days ago, or even years ago may feel close again. And perhaps you have become so used to carrying these things that you no longer notice how heavy they are. But tonight can be different. As you rest tonight, peace reaches the hurting part of you, not because every problem is solved, not because every question suddenly has an answer, not because the past disappears. Peace can reach you before anything outside of you changes. Peace can begin in the small moment when you stop asking yourself to carry everything at once. It can begin when you whisper inside, "I do not have to solve my whole life before I sleep." You may have spent the day being strong. You may have answered people when you wanted silence. You may have continued working while your heart felt tired. You may have smiled when something inside you wanted to cry. You may have listened to everyone else while a part of you waited quietly to be heard. You may have taken care of many things while forgetting that you also needed care. Now the day is ending, and you are allowed to return to yourself. You do not have to explain your feelings tonight. You do not have to prove that your pain is real. You do not have to make it look smaller so that someone else feels comfortable. You do not have to tell yourself that you should be over it by now. You do not have to keep acting as though nothing touched you. Something may have touched you deeply. Something may have left a mark. Something may still feel unfinished. That does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. It means your heart remembers what mattered. It means some part of you still needs kindness. Tonight, let kindness be more important than answers. The mind often believes that rest must be earned. It says you can rest after everything is fixed. You can rest after the work is done. You can rest after everyone is happy. You can rest after the future feels safe. You can rest after the pain is gone. But if you wait for life to become perfect before you allow yourself to soften, you may keep waiting. Rest is not a reward for having no problems. Rest is a need. Rest is one of the ways you remind your body that it does not have to stay ready for danger every moment. Rest is how you tell your heart, you can put some of this down now. Rest is how you step away from the noise long enough to hear the quiet voice inside that has been trying to comfort you. Perhaps the worry feels very real. Perhaps the problem will still be there tomorrow. Perhaps there is a choice you need to make. Perhaps there is a conversation waiting. Perhaps you do not yet know what comes next. You can respect the problem without carrying it through every breath of the night. You can say, "This matters, but I do not have to think about it without stopping." You can say, I will meet this again when I have more strength. You can say, for now, I allow myself to rest. There is wisdom in knowing when to step back. A tired mind does not always give clear answers. A frightened heart does not always see the whole path. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is stop searching for the answer for a little while. Sometimes the answer becomes clearer after the body feels safe again. You may have noticed that worry promises control. It says, keep thinking and you will be prepared. Keep replaying and you will understand. Keep checking and you will prevent pain. But often, worry does not prepare you. It drains you. It takes the same question and turns it around again and again until you feel smaller inside it. You do not have to follow every fearful thought tonight. A thought can enter your mind without becoming a command. A memory can rise without becoming your whole night. A feeling can move through you without becoming your future. You can notice the thought and say, I hear you, but I am resting now. You can notice the memory and say, that happened, but I am here now. You can notice the fear and say, I understand why you came, but you do not have to lead me tonight. This is not pushing your feelings away. It is giving them a softer place to exist. There is a difference between ignoring pain and refusing to let pain control every moment. Ignoring pain says, I do not feel anything. Gentle care says, I feel this, and I will not hurt myself more because of it. Ignoring pain closes the door. Gentle care sits beside the door and says, when you are ready, I am here. You may not know how to fully release what you carry. That is okay. You do not need to release everything in one night. You can loosen your hold a little. You can stop gripping the pain as though you must protect it. You can let the hands rest. You can let the shoulders become less tight. You can let the jaw soften. You can let the breath move without forcing it. Your body may have been carrying messages from the whole day. A tight chest, a heavy stomach, a tired face, a neck that feels hard, hands that do not know how to be still. These are not failures. They are signs that the body has been trying to hold more than it was meant to hold alone. Speak to your body with care. Dear body, you have carried me through this day. Dear heart, you have felt so much. Dear mind, you have tried to protect me. You can rest now. You may not feel calm the moment you say these words. Peace does not always arrive like a sudden wave. Sometimes it enters quietly. Sometimes it begins as one part of the body becoming less tense. Sometimes it begins as one thought losing its power. Sometimes it begins as a small feeling that you are not alone with yourself anymore. Do not demand a perfect feeling. Let the smallest softness count. If your breathing becomes a little easier, let that count. If you stop repeating one painful sentence, let that count. If your hands rest instead of reaching for another distraction, let that count. If you allow one tear without judging yourself, let that count. Healing often begins in ways no one else can see. The outside world may look the same, but inside you, something can change. The change may be that you no longer speak to yourself with the same harsh voice. The change may be that you stop telling yourself you are wrong for hurting. The change may be that you allow yourself to be tired without feeling guilty. The change may be that you stop asking the night to solve what only time, love, and honest action can solve. Tonight, you do not need to become a new person. You only need to stop fighting the person you are right now. You are allowed to be unfinished. You are allowed to be uncertain. You are allowed to have questions. You are allowed to still be healing from something you thought would no longer hurt. You are allowed to need more time. The heart does not follow the clock. It does not heal because the calendar says enough time has passed. It heals when it begins to feel safe enough to loosen. It heals when it is no longer attacked for remembering. It heals when it is met with patience instead of pressure. Perhaps you have been saying, I should be stronger. But maybe strength tonight is not holding more. Maybe strength is putting something down. Maybe strength is admitting this has been heavy. Maybe strength is letting yourself stop. Maybe strength is saying, I need rest, and I am allowed to receive it. There is nothing weak about needing peace. There is nothing selfish about choosing quiet. There is nothing wrong with closing the door on the day and giving your inner world time to settle. You have done enough for this day. Even if everything was not completed, you have done enough for now. Even if someone is disappointed, you have done enough for now. Even if you made a mistake, you have done enough for now. Even if your heart is still trying to understand, you have done enough for now. The night is not asking you to perform. It is not asking you to prove your worth. It is not asking you to repair every broken thing before morning. It is offering you a place to stop carrying so much. Let this thought settle gently inside you. Tonight, I release the need to carry everything. You may not release every memory. You may not release every fear. You may not release every question. But you can release the belief that you must hold them all at the same time. You can place the day down. You can say, this day is complete. You can say, I no longer need to live inside every moment of it. You can say, what happened today does not have to keep happening in my mind all night. The day had its time. Now the night has arrived. Let the night be a new space. A space where the noise becomes lower. A space where you do not have to answer anyone. A space where your feelings do not have to be hidden. A space where the tired part of you is allowed to stop trying so hard. Perhaps you have been carrying another person's feelings. Perhaps you have been thinking about what they meant, what they wanted, why they acted that way, whether they understand, whether they care, whether they will change. You may have spent so much energy trying to understand their heart that you have forgotten to listen to your own. Tonight, come back to your heart. Ask, what do I need? Not what do they need, not what will make them happy, not what will make them stay. What do I need in this moment? Maybe you need quiet. Maybe you need space. Maybe you need warmth. Maybe you need to stop reading old messages. Maybe you need to stop trying to understand what was never clearly explained. Maybe you need to tell yourself, I am not responsible for carrying another person's confusion. You can care without carrying everything. You can love without losing yourself. You can remember without returning to the same pain. You can wish someone well without giving them access to your peace. The heart may still feel connected to what hurt it. That does not mean you have failed. It means the heart is learning a new way to love, a way that includes you, a way that does not ask you to disappear. Peace reaches the hurting part when you stop leaving yourself alone with the pain. Stay with yourself, not with force, not with pressure, just with a simple inner promise. I am here. I will not leave you because you are hurting. I will not shame you because you are tired. I will not turn against you because you do not have all the answers. I am here. These words may seem simple, but a hurting part often needs simple words. It does not need a long speech. It does not need to be told why it should not feel what it feels. It needs to know that you are not going anywhere. You have spent enough time trying to be strong for everyone else. Let yourself be held by your own care. Let yourself be met by your own patience. Let yourself receive the love you keep giving away. The night does not need a perfect version of you. It can hold the real you, the tired you, the unsure you, the part that still misses what hurt, the part that still hopes, the part that wants to let go but does not fully know how, the part that has been brave for too long. Bring all of it into the quiet. Nothing inside you needs to be pushed out before you deserve rest. You are allowed to rest as you are. You are allowed to sleep while life is unfinished. You are allowed to close your eyes while the future is still unknown. You are allowed to trust that morning can meet you with new strength. You have been carrying enough. Let the weight become lighter now. Let the day move farther away. Let the questions become less urgent. Let the room inside you become a little quieter. Tonight, I release the need to carry everything. I do not have to solve my whole life before I sleep. I do not have to understand every painful thing before I rest. I do not have to hold tomorrow inside tonight. I can place my heart in gentle hands. I can let this moment be enough. And as the noise begins to soften, you may notice something important. The pain you carry is real, but it is not the whole of you. When pain has been with you for a long time, it can begin to feel like your identity. You may stop saying, "A part of me feels sad," and begin saying, "I am sadness." You may stop saying, "I am going through a lonely season," and begin saying, "I will always be alone." You may stop saying, something hurt me, and begin believing I am broken. This can happen so quietly that you do not notice it. The mind repeats a feeling until the feeling begins to sound like a fact. I am not enough. I am hard to love. I always lose what matters. Nothing ever changes for me. I will never feel safe. These thoughts may feel true because you have heard them inside yourself many times. But repetition does not always make something true. Sometimes repetition only makes something familiar. You are not the painful thought. You are the one who notices the thought. You are not the old wound. You are the one who has carried it and is learning how to heal. You are not the rejection. You are the heart that survived it. You are not the lonely night. You are the life still breathing inside it. A hurting part exists, but it is not the whole of you. There is more within you than what happened. There is more within you than the person who left. There is more within you than the mistake you made. There is more within you than the fear that returns. There is more within you than the season that feels heavy. Pain can become very loud. It can fill the mind with one story and make that story seem like the only truth. But pain is not the only voice inside you. There is also a quiet part that still wants peace. There is a part that still believes love can feel safe. There is a part that still looks toward tomorrow. There is a part that brought you here toward words of comfort because it knows something gentle is still possible. Listen to that part too. The hurting part may say nothing will change. The wiser part says, I do not know what comes next, but this feeling is not the whole future. The hurting part may say, nobody sees me. The loving part says, I am beginning to see myself. The hurting part may say, I was not chosen. The deeper part says, another person's choice does not decide my worth. The hurting part may say, I cannot trust life. The steady part says, I can begin by learning to trust myself. You do not have to silence the hurting part. You only need to stop letting it speak for your entire being. Imagine a dark cloud moving across a wide sky. The cloud may be heavy. It may cover the light for a while, but the sky is larger than the cloud. The sky does not become the storm. It holds the storm until it passes. You are like that wide sky. A feeling can move through you without becoming all that you are. Sadness may be present, but there is still life beneath it. Fear may be present, but there is still wisdom beneath it. Loneliness may be present, but there is still love within you. Pain may be present, but there is still a part of you that knows how to receive peace. You may not feel that part strongly yet. That is okay. It does not have to be loud to be real. Sometimes hope is very quiet. Sometimes hope is simply the choice not to give up on yourself tonight. Sometimes hope is placing a hand over your heart and saying, I am still here. Sometimes hope is deciding that one painful chapter will not be allowed to name the whole book. The mind likes to make final statements when it is hurting. I will always feel this way. Nothing good is coming. I cannot recover from this. This is just who I am. But pain is not good at seeing the future. Pain speaks from the moment it is in. It sees what hurts now and assumes that now will last forever. You do not have to believe every final statement your pain makes. You can answer with something softer. I do not know exactly how I will heal, but I am open to healing. I do not know when this will feel lighter, but feelings can change. I do not know what the future brings, but this moment is not the whole future. I do not know every step, but I can stay beside myself now. This is enough. You may have been calling yourself broken because you still feel the effects of what happened. But feeling the effects does not mean you are broken. A heart can be wounded and still be whole. A body can be tired and still be wise. A mind can be afraid and still be learning. A life can be uncertain and still be moving. You are not a damaged thing. You are a living person moving through something difficult. There is a great difference. A damaged thing is thrown away. A living person is cared for. Treat yourself as someone living, feeling, learning, and healing. Do not speak to yourself as if you are a problem to be fixed. Speak to yourself as someone who needs support. You may say, "A part of me feels afraid." This creates space. You may say, "A part of me still misses what I lost." This creates space. You may say, "A part of me feels unworthy." This creates space. The words "a part of me" remind you that another part exists too. A part of you is afraid, and another part is observing the fear. A part of you is tired, and another part is choosing rest. A part of you feels lost, and another part is looking for a new direction. A part of you hurts, and another part is learning how to offer comfort. The pain is inside you, but it is not all of you. This truth matters because when you believe you are the pain, you may feel there is nowhere to go. But when you understand that pain is one experience within a larger self, a little room opens. In that room, you can breathe. In that room, you can choose a kinder thought. In that room, you can remember that you existed before this pain and that you will continue beyond it. You have had moments when the pain was not as loud. Maybe they were brief. Maybe you were busy. Maybe you laughed without expecting to. Maybe you noticed something beautiful. Maybe you felt calm for a few minutes. Those moments are important. They show that the pain is not the only thing your heart can hold. Your heart can hold more than one truth. You can be sad and still be grateful for something small. You can miss someone and still know you deserve better. You can feel afraid and still take care of yourself. You can feel lonely and still become a loving home within. You can be healing and still have difficult days. Healing does not mean you never feel pain again. Healing means pain is no longer allowed to decide everything. It means you begin to live from a place larger than the wound. The wound may speak, but it is no longer the only voice. The memory may return, but it does not pull you as far away from yourself. The feeling may rise, but you know how to meet it with more care. You begin to say, I know this feeling. I know where it comes from. I do not have to be afraid of it. I can let it move through. You become the space around the feeling. You become the calm hand around the trembling part. You become the voice that says, this hurts, but we are still here. There may be a part of you that believes pain has changed you forever. In some ways, every deep experience changes us. But change does not have to mean destruction. Pain can show you where you need stronger boundaries. It can show you where you have been leaving yourself. It can show you what kind of love no longer feels right. It can show you how deeply you want peace. You do not need to be grateful for what hurt you. You do not need to call the pain a gift. But you see and decide that the pain will not be wasted. You can let it guide you toward a kinder relationship with yourself. You can say, because I know what it feels like to be abandoned, I will not abandon myself. Because I know what it feels like to be unheard, I will listen to my own heart. Because I know what it feels like to feel unsafe, I will create more safety within. Because I know what it feels like to be treated without care, I will no longer speak to myself without care. This is how pain stops becoming your identity and begins becoming a doorway toward truth. The hurting part may have been waiting a long time for you to see it. Not as something ugly, not as something weak, not as something that should disappear. It may simply want you to say, I understand why you feel this way. That sentence can soften so much. I understand why this hurt. I understand why I became afraid. I understand why I tried to protect myself. I understand why I still think about it. Understanding does not mean staying trapped. It means you stop fighting yourself long enough to move forward with love. You do not heal by hating the part that hurts. You heal by helping it feel safe enough to loosen. Imagine a tired room that has been closed for a long time. The air feels heavy. The curtains are shut. The room is not bad. It has simply been waiting for light. You do not need to tear the room apart. You can open the curtain. You can let fresh air enter. You can bring warmth slowly. The hurting part of you is not a dark place that must be destroyed. It is a place waiting for light. Let your kindness be that light. Let your patience be that light. Let the truth of your worth be that light. You are more than what has hurt you. Say it gently. I am more than what has hurt me. You are more than the words someone spoke. You are more than the silence someone gave you. You are more than the door that closed. You are more than the time you felt unwanted. You are more than the mistake that still embarrasses you. You are more than the loss you still carry. You are more than the fear that visits at night. You are a whole person with many parts, many feelings, many memories, and many possibilities still alive within you. Do not let one painful part become the only name you use for yourself. You are not the one who was left. You are the one who remains. You are not the one who was not understood. You are the one learning to understand yourself. You are not the one who was not loved correctly. You are the one learning what loving care truly feels like. You are not only the person who went through the pain, you are also the person who is turning toward healing. That part matters. The fact that you are still seeking peace matters. The fact that you still want to feel better matters. The fact that some part of you still believes in gentleness matters. That is life moving within you. You may have believed that healing would mean becoming the person you were before the pain. But perhaps healing is not going backward. Perhaps healing is becoming someone who knows how to stay with themselves, someone who no longer gives their whole identity to another person's actions, someone who can feel deeply without losing their center, someone who understands that tenderness is not weakness. You do not have to become who you were. You can become more fully who you are. The pain may have covered parts of you for a while. Joy may have felt far away. Trust may have become difficult. Energy may have become low, but covered does not mean gone. The sun can be hidden behind clouds without disappearing. Your joy may be hidden, but it has not been destroyed. Your trust may be tired, but it can learn again. Your hope may be quiet, but it is still alive. Your ability to love may feel guarded, but it has not left you. Do not rush these parts to return. Let them come back in their own time. Let joy return as a small smile. Let trust return as one honest choice. Let hope return as one peaceful thought. Let love return first through the way you treat yourself. You do not have to wait for someone else to prove that you are worthy. Your worth was never created by their attention. Your value was never built by their approval. Your heart did not become precious because someone chose it. It was already precious. The hurting part may not believe this yet. Keep speaking gently. It may need to hear the truth many times before it feels safe enough to accept it. That is not failure. That is healing. Old pain may say, "You are unlovable." You can answer, "I am learning to love myself in the places that were hurt." Old pain may say, "You are not enough." You can answer, "Another person's inability to value me does not decide my worth." Old pain may say, "You are alone." You can answer, "I am here with myself now." Old pain may say, "This will never end." You can answer, "Feelings move, seasons change, and I am still growing." You're not trying to win an argument inside your mind. You're offering another truth, a kinder truth, a truth that gives the body space to soften. There is no need to force belief. Let the words sit near the heart. I am more than what has hurt me. A part of me is hurting, but the whole of me is still here. A part of me is afraid, but the whole of me is learning safety. A part of me feels lonely, but the whole of me is becoming a loving home. A part of me feels tired, but the whole of me is still alive. A part of me remembers the pain, but the whole of me is moving toward peace. Tonight, when the old identity returns, do not fight it. Do not say, I should not feel this. Simply correct it with care. Instead of, I am broken, say, I am healing from something painful. Instead of, I am alone, say, I feel lonely right now and I am staying with myself. Instead of, I am afraid, say, fear is moving through me and I can still choose gentleness. Instead of, I will always feel this way, say, this feeling is here tonight, but feelings can change. Language shapes the space inside you. A small change in words can create a small change in the body. A small change in the body can create a little more room for peace. You are not denying your experience. You are describing it more truthfully. The truth is not that you are pain. The truth is that you are a person experiencing pain. The truth is not that you are unworthy. The truth is that you have been hurt in a place where you needed love. The truth is not that you are lost forever. The truth is that you are in a moment where the path is not clear yet. Not clear yet does not mean no path exists. This season is not your whole life. This feeling is not your whole heart. This night is not your whole future. There is more. There is always more within you than the part that hurts. Let this truth create a little space around the pain. You do not have to push it away. You do not have to solve it. Just let it be one part, not the whole. And when the night becomes quiet, you may begin to understand why that hurting part speaks so loudly when everything else slows down. During the day, there is movement. There are tasks, voices, messages, sounds, places to go, things to remember, and people who need something. The mind has many places to turn. Even when pain is present, activity can cover it for a while. You may not feel the full weight because your attention keeps moving. Then night arrives. The phone becomes quieter. The room becomes still. The work stops. The people around you may go to sleep, and what was waiting beneath the day begins to rise. A memory appears. A sentence returns. A face comes into the mind. A question begins again. Why did this happen? Why did they do that? Why was I not enough? Why can I not let this go? The quiet may make the pain feel stronger, but the quiet did not create it. The quiet simply removed the noise that was covering it. This does not mean something is wrong with you. It does not mean healing has failed. It does not mean you are going backward. It may mean a part of you finally has space to be heard. During the day, you may tell yourself, I will think about this later. At night, later arrives. the mind opens the unfinished box and begins looking through everything inside it. The mind may believe it is helping you. It may replay the conversation because it wants to find the moment where everything changed. It may repeat the memory because it wants to understand how to stop the same pain from happening again. It may imagine future problems because it believes fear will prepare you. It may return to the person because part of you is still searching for an answer they never gave. The mind is not always trying to hurt you. Sometimes it is trying to protect you in the only way it knows. It says, "If I understand every detail, I will be safe. If I remember every warning sign, I will never be surprised again. If I keep thinking, maybe I will find the answer. If I stay awake, maybe I can prevent tomorrow from hurting." But the mind cannot always solve emotional pain through more thinking. Some pain does not need another thought. It needs comfort. Some questions do not have an answer that will satisfy the heart. Some moments cannot be changed by replaying them. Some people cannot give the clarity you hope to receive. Some endings remain unfinished. The mind may keep searching because it does not know when to stop. It may treat the heart like a problem. It may believe that if it works hard enough, it can remove every feeling. But feelings are not always problems. Sometimes they are messages. Sadness may be saying, "Something mattered to me." Anger may be saying, "A boundary was crossed." Fear may be saying, "I do not feel safe yet." Loneliness may be saying, "I need connection." Tiredness may be saying, "I have been carrying too much." Instead of asking, "How do I make this feeling disappear right now?" you can ask, "What is this feeling asking me to hear?" Maybe the answer is, "I need to stop blaming myself." Maybe the answer is, "I need to accept that I cannot change what happened." Maybe the answer is, "I need to stop waiting for someone else to make me feel whole." Maybe the answer is, "I need more rest." Maybe the answer is, "I need to be gentle with the part that still hurts." Nighttime thoughts often become louder because the body is tired. A tired mind has less strength to guide attention. Fear can move more easily into the empty spaces. Small concerns may begin to feel very large. A problem that seemed manageable in the morning may feel impossible in the dark. Remember this when fear becomes heavy at night. The night can make a thought feel final, but night feelings are not always clear truth. You do not have to make important decisions from the most tired part of you. You do not have to decide your whole future while your body is asking for rest. You do not have to send the message. You do not have to check again. You do not have to return to what hurt you because loneliness is speaking loudly. You can wait. You can say, "I will meet this thought again when morning gives me more light." This is not avoidance, it is care. The mind may argue. It may say, "But I need an answer now." You can answer, "I hear that you want safety. Rest is part of safety too." The mind may say, "What if something goes wrong?" You can answer, "I will meet tomorrow when tomorrow arrives." The mind may say, "What if this pain never leaves?" You can answer, "I do not have to know the full path tonight. I only need to stay with myself now." Night can become a place where you practice not following every thought. A thought enters. You notice it. You do not push it away. You do not build a home around it. You let it pass. Perhaps the thought says, "You were not enough." You notice. You say, "That is an old wound speaking." Perhaps the thought says, "Nobody will ever love you." You notice. You say, "Fear is trying to predict the future." Perhaps the thought says, "You should go back." You notice. You say, "Missing what was familiar does not mean it was good for me." This is how you begin to create space. You are not trying to stop the mind by force. Force often makes the thought louder. The more you say, "Do not think about this," the more the mind returns to it. Instead, you become less afraid of the thought. You say, "I know you." You say, "You have visited before." You say, "You are painful, but you are not powerful enough to decide my future." A thought loses some of its power when you stop treating it like a command. A memory loses some of its power when you stop entering it as though it is happening again. You can remember while staying in the present. Feel the room around you. Notice where your body is resting. Notice the air touching your skin. Notice the simple truth that this moment is different from the painful moment in your mind. The memory may feel close, but you are here. This is now. The body sometimes reacts to a memory as though the event is happening again. The chest tightens, the stomach turns, the heart beats faster, the shoulders rise. This can make the memory feel even more real. Speak to the body. That moment is not happening now. I am here now. I am safe enough in this moment to soften. You do not have to force the body to relax. Simply give it the message. The body learns through kind repetition. Old pain may return at night because the body has learned to be ready. Maybe there were nights when something painful happened. Maybe silence once meant loneliness. Maybe waiting once meant fear. Maybe the dark became connected to thoughts that had nowhere else to go. The body remembers patterns, but patterns can change. Night can become connected to care. Quiet can become connected to safety. Rest can become connected to trust. The bed can become a place where you stop fighting yourself. This change may not happen in one evening. Let it build gently. Every time you choose not to attack yourself, the body learns. Every time you let a thought pass without following it, the body learns. Every time you say, "I am here now," the body learns. Every time you allow rest without solving everything, the body learns. You are teaching the nervous system that quiet does not always mean danger. You are teaching the heart that night does not always mean loneliness. You are teaching the mind that not every question must be answered before sleep. The old pain may still speak. Let it speak without giving it the whole room. You can listen and still remain grounded. You can feel and still remain present. You can remember and still choose rest. I can notice the pain without becoming lost inside it. This sentence creates a path. I can notice the pain. I do not deny it. I do not shame it. I do not pretend. But I do not have to become lost inside it. There is a difference between touching pain and falling into it. Touching pain says, this is here. Falling into pain says, this is everything. Touching pain says, I feel sad tonight. Falling into pain says, I will always be sad. Touching pain says, I miss what I hoped for. Falling into pain says, nothing meaningful will ever come again. Touching pain allows truth. Falling into pain lets fear create the future. You can learn to stay near the edge of the feeling without letting it pull you under. You can say, I feel this in my chest. I feel this in my stomach. I feel this behind my eyes. I feel this heaviness. You do not need to explain it. You do not need to turn it into a story. Let it be a feeling in the body. Feelings move when they are allowed to be felt without endless thought. The mind often adds a story to the feeling. The chest feels heavy, and the mind says, this means I will never be happy. The stomach feels tight, and the mind says, this means something terrible is coming. The heart feels lonely, and the mind says, this means no one will ever stay. The feeling is real. The story may not be. You can separate them. This is heaviness. This is fear. This is sadness. This is a memory. This is not a promise about my future. When you remove the future story, the feeling may become easier to hold. You are not telling yourself that nothing matters. You are helping yourself stay in the present. The present is often kinder than the mind's fearful picture. Right now, you may be in a quiet room. Right now, you may have a place to rest. Right now, no answer is being demanded from you. Right now, you can let the body become softer. The mind may travel to yesterday or tomorrow, but the body can only live here. Bring your care here. Do not ask the body to carry a future that has not happened. Do not ask the heart to relive a past that has already ended. Return to now. The old pain may ask, what if it happens again? You can answer, if life brings a challenge, I will meet it with the wisdom I have now. You are not the same person you were before. You know more. You see more. You are learning boundaries. You are learning self-respect. You are learning to listen to your body. You are learning to stay with yourself. The mind may use the past to tell you that you are helpless. But you are not helpless now. You have choices. You can step away from what harms you. You can speak more clearly. You can ask for support. You can take your time. You can choose not to return to a painful pattern. You can become a safer place for yourself. The night may still bring old voices, but you can answer with a new voice. The old voice says, you are alone. The new voice says, I am staying with myself. The old voice says, think harder. The new voice says, rest can bring clarity. The old voice says, solve everything now. The new voice says, I can meet one moment at a time. The old voice says, pain is who you are. The new voice says, pain is one part of what I am feeling. The old voice says, you will never be free. The new voice says, I am already learning a different way. You may not believe the new voice fully at first. Keep speaking gently. The old voice became strong through repetition. The new voice also grows through repetition, not forced repetition, loving repetition. A few honest words each night can begin changing the inner space. I am here now. This feeling will move. I do not have to follow every thought. I am more than this memory. I can rest before I understand everything. I can notice the pain without becoming lost inside it. The mind may still return to the same place. Be patient. You are not failing because the thought returns. The practice is not making the thought disappear. The practice is returning to yourself each time it comes. The thought appears. You return. The memory appears. You return. The fear appears. You return. Again and again, you return to the truth of this moment. This is how safety grows. Not through one perfect night, through many small returns. The hurting part may become louder because it is afraid you will ignore it again. Let it know you are listening. You can say, I hear you. You can say, I know this still hurts. You can say, you do not have to shout. You can say, I am not leaving. Sometimes pain becomes loud because it has not felt heard. Once it feels your attention, it may begin to soften. Attention does not mean endless thinking. Attention can be very simple. A hand resting near the heart, a quiet inner sentence, a moment of not turning away. I see you, I hear you, I am here. The hurting part does not need you to agree with every fearful thing it says. It needs you to understand why it is afraid. You can care without obeying the fear. You can listen without giving the fear control. You can comfort without returning to the old pattern. This is a new kind of inner strength. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming steady. You are not denying pain. You are learning how to hold it without losing yourself. You are not asking the night to erase the past. You are letting the night become a place where the past no longer controls every thought. Quiet does not create the wound. Quiet reveals what is ready to receive love. And perhaps this is why the old pain has returned tonight. Not to punish you, not to show that you are broken, not to pull you backward, Perhaps it is returning because it is tired of being carried alone. Perhaps it is ready to be met with a different voice. Perhaps it is ready to hear you do not have to fight anymore. Perhaps it is ready to feel the peace that begins when you stop running from what hurts and start meeting it with love. The feeling may have returned because it is ready to be met in a new way, not with fear, not with anger, not with another demand that it disappear. It may be asking for the one thing it did not receive when the pain first began. It may be asking for love. So many people believe healing means never feeling sadness again. They believe healing means the memory never returns, the fear never rises, and the heart never becomes heavy. Then, when an old feeling appears, they think they have failed. They say, "Why am I still like this? Why am I not over it? Why does this still affect me? Why can I not be stronger?" But these questions do not help the heart feel safe. They make the heart feel as though it has done something wrong by still needing care. The feeling is already difficult. You do not need to add criticism on top of it. There is the first pain, and then there is the pain you create when you judge yourself for having it. The first pain may be sadness. The second pain says you should not be sad. The first pain may be fear. The second pain says you are weak for feeling afraid. The first pain may be loneliness. The second pain says there must be something wrong with you. The first pain may be disappointment. The second pain says you were foolish to hope. The first pain may be grief. The second pain says enough time has passed, so you should not feel this anymore. The first feeling asks for care. The second voice creates shame. You may not be able to stop the first feeling from rising, but you can stop adding the second wound. You can stop turning against yourself when you are already hurting. You can stop treating the heart like a problem. You can stop using harsh words in the exact moment you need kindness most. There is nothing wrong with you because a feeling came back. Feelings do not always move in a straight line. They rise and fall. They become quiet, and then something brings them close again. A place, a song, a date, a word, a dream, a silence, or a memory may open a door you thought was closed. That does not mean you are back at the beginning. It means one more layer has come forward. You are meeting it now with more awareness than before. You are not the same person who first felt the pain. You may still feel tender, but you have learned something. You know that a feeling can rise and still pass. You know that a difficult night does not erase the healing you have already done. You know that you can stay beside yourself instead of becoming your own enemy. The old way may have been to fight the feeling. You may have tried to stay busy so you would not have to feel. You may have reached for the phone, food, work, noise, or another person so the quiet would not come too close. You may have told yourself that the feeling was too much. You may have pushed it down during the day, only to have it return more strongly at night. Feelings that are pushed away do not always disappear. Sometimes they wait. They wait until the world becomes quiet. They wait until the body is tired of holding them. They wait until something inside you finally says, I cannot keep pretending this does not hurt. There is no shame in that moment. It can be the beginning of honesty. You do not need to open every old wound. You do not need to search for pain. But when a feeling is already present, you can choose not to run from it. You can sit beside it inwardly and say, I know you are here. You can say, I do not need to understand everything about you tonight. You can say, I will not punish you for appearing. You can say you are allowed to soften in your own time. This is not surrendering your life to sadness. It is ending the fight that has been using so much of your energy. Fighting a feeling often makes the body tighten around it. The shoulders rise. The jaw becomes hard. The hands close. The stomach pulls in. The breath becomes smaller. The whole body receives the message that the feeling is dangerous. But the feeling is often only asking to move. Sadness may want tears. Anger may want truth. Fear may want safety. Tiredness may want rest. Loneliness may want connection. Disappointment may want acceptance. When you fight the feeling, it may have to become louder to be heard. When you listen, it may not need to shout. You can ask quietly, what are you trying to tell me? Do not force an answer. Let the question rest. Perhaps the sadness is saying, I lost something that mattered. Perhaps the anger is saying, I allowed too much. Perhaps the fear is saying, I do not trust that I will protect myself. Perhaps the loneliness is saying, I have been giving love away without keeping any for myself. Perhaps the heaviness is saying, I have carried too many things that were not mine. The feeling is not always asking you to solve the past. Sometimes it is asking you to make a new choice now. It may be asking you to stop checking the place that keeps reopening the wound. It may be asking you to accept that another person cannot give what you hoped to receive. It may be asking you to say no. It may be asking you to rest. It may be asking you to stop blaming yourself. It may be asking you to let the truth be simple. This hurt me. I did not deserve to be treated without care. I cannot change what happened. I can choose how I care for myself now. Truth does not need to be harsh. Truth can be gentle. Truth can say, I stayed too long and I forgive myself. Truth can say, I ignored what I felt and now I am listening. Truth can say, I hoped for something that did not happen, and I am allowed to grieve. Truth can say, I still miss it, but missing it does not mean I should return. Truth can say, I am hurt, but I am not helpless. You do not need to make the feeling smaller. You only need to make your inner space safer. A frightened part will not relax because you order it to relax. A sad part will not heal because you tell it to hurry. A wounded heart will not trust you if you only speak kindly when it feels calm. It needs your care when it is difficult. It needs to know that your love does not disappear when tears come. It needs to know that you will not become cruel when fear returns. It needs to know that you do not only accept the bright parts of yourself. Real self-love is not only saying kind words when you feel good. It is being gentle when you feel confused, tired, angry, lonely, or afraid. It is saying, I may not like this feeling, but I will not hate myself for having it. I do not fight my heart. I listen with love. Let that thought move slowly through you. I do not fight my heart. The heart has fought enough. It has fought to be understood. It has fought to feel chosen. It has fought to keep hope alive. It has fought to remain soft after disappointment. It has fought to keep giving when it felt empty. It does not need another battle inside you. Let your heart rest from fighting. Listening with love does not mean agreeing with every fearful thought. It means hearing the need beneath the thought. The fearful thought may say, nobody will stay. The need beneath it may be, please do not leave me. The fearful thought may say, I will never be safe. The need may be, please help me trust myself. The fearful thought may say, I must keep checking. The need may be, please help me feel in control. The fearful thought may say, I am not enough. The need may be, please remind me that my worth is not decided by what happened. Answer the need, not only the thought. If the thought says, nobody will stay, tell the hurting part, I will stay with you. If the thought says, I cannot trust anyone, say, I am learning to trust my own choices. If the thought says, I must know what happens next, say, I am safe enough to meet one moment at a time. If the thought says, I am not enough, say, my worth is still here, even when I do not feel it. A loving answer does not always make the fear disappear immediately. That is not the purpose. The purpose is to stop leaving the frightened part alone. You are creating a new inner experience. The old experience may have been fear followed by criticism. Now fear can be followed by care. The old experience may have been sadness followed by distraction. Now sadness can be followed by listening. The old experience may have been anger followed by guilt. Now anger can be followed by honest reflection. The old experience may have been loneliness followed by chasing. Now loneliness can be followed by returning to yourself. This is how patterns begin to change. Not through one grand moment, through a new response repeated with patience. You may feel the old urge to push everything away. Notice it without judgment. It was probably learned for a reason. Perhaps feelings were not welcomed before. Perhaps you were told to be strong. Perhaps you learned that crying made others uncomfortable. Perhaps you learned that your needs were too much. Perhaps you learned to stay quiet so there would be peace around you. Now you can create a different kind of peace. Not peace created by hiding. Peace created by acceptance. Not peace created by silence that hurts. Peace created by truth that feels safe. not peace created by leaving yourself, peace created by coming home to yourself. The feeling may rise in the body before the mind understands it. You may notice a tight chest without knowing why. You may feel tears before a clear memory appears. You may feel restless without knowing what the heart is trying to say. You do not have to explain every feeling. You can simply notice where it lives. Perhaps there is heaviness around the heart. Perhaps there is tension in the neck. Perhaps the stomach feels closed. Perhaps the hands are holding more tightly than you realized. Let the body know that you are listening. Allow the jaw to become less hard. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Let the hands rest without holding anything. Let the breath move as it wants to move. You do not need to control it. The body often softens when it realizes it is no longer being judged. You can say, "Dear body, I know you have been trying to protect me." You can say, "You do not have to explain everything tonight." You can say, "I will listen more carefully." You can say, "I will not speak to you with fear." The body may have carried feelings that words could not hold. It may have carried fear through sleepless nights. It may have held grief in the chest. It may have carried anger in the jaw. It may have stored worry in the stomach. It may have held the weight of being strong in the shoulders. Do not blame the body for showing you what it has carried. Thank it for speaking. The body is not betraying you when it feels tired. It may be asking for a gentler way to live. The body is not failing because it reacts to stress. It may be showing you that something needs attention. The body is not your enemy. It is your home. Speak to it like a home you want to protect. There may be tears. Let them be simple. They do not need to mean you are falling apart. Tears can be the body releasing what words have been unable to carry. There may be anger. Let it show you where something felt unfair. You do not need to act from anger, but you can listen to its message. There may be emptiness. Let it be space, not proof that nothing good remains. There may be confusion. Let it be a sign that you do not need to make a decision yet. Not every feeling requires action. Sometimes the loving action is waiting until you feel steadier. Sometimes the loving action is sleeping before answering. Sometimes the loving action is stepping away from the phone. Sometimes the loving action is deciding that tonight will not be used to reopen what has already wounded you. You are allowed to protect the night. You are allowed to choose what enters your mind before rest. You are allowed to leave the message unread. You are allowed to stop searching for proof. You are allowed to turn away from what keeps making the feeling larger. That is not weakness. That is care. There is a difference between feeling pain and feeding pain. Feeling pain means allowing it to be present. Feeding pain means returning to the same words, pictures, messages, and questions that keep the wound open. You can feel without feeding. You can say, yes, I am sad, and I will not search for another reason to hurt myself. You can say, why, yes, I miss what I hoped for, and I will not turn that longing into another night of chasing. You can say, yes, I am afraid, and I will not build a frightening future in my mind. You can let the feeling be honest without giving it more fuel. The heart does not need more proof that it was hurt. It needs proof that you will care for it now. Give it that proof. Care may look like quiet. Care may look like turning the light down. Care may look like ending the inner argument. Care may look like saying, I will not solve this tonight. Care may look like allowing your body to rest without earning it. Care may look like speaking one kind sentence and letting that be enough. You do not have to perform healing perfectly. There may be moments when you become impatient again. You may hear yourself say, why am I still feeling this? When that happens, notice the harshness and choose again. Say, this is hard, and I am learning to be patient. Say, healing is happening even when feelings return. Say, I do not need to hurry my heart. Say, I will not add shame to pain. Each correction matters. Every time you replace judgment with care, you build a different relationship with yourself. One day, the feeling may rise and you will notice that you do not panic. You will recognize it. You will say, sadness is here, fear is here, an old memory is here. And instead of becoming lost, you will make room. That is healing, not the complete absence of emotion, the presence of steadiness within emotion. You may still cry, but you will not call yourself weak. You may still miss someone, but you will not abandon yourself to reach them. You may still feel fear, but you will not let fear make every choice. You may still remember, but you will not let memory become your home. The feeling may pass more quickly because it no longer has to fight for your attention. The heart may trust you more because you have stopped demanding that it become painless before you love it. I do not fight my heart. I listen with love. Let the words become an inner promise. When sadness comes, I will not shame myself. When fear comes, I will not leave myself. When anger comes, I will listen for the boundary beneath it. When loneliness comes, I will not run toward what has already shown me pain. When tiredness comes, I will not call myself lazy. When confusion comes, I will give myself time. The feeling does not need to disappear before the night becomes gentle. It only needs to know that it is no longer alone. And when the heart begins to believe that you will stay, the inner voice can start to change. There may be an old voice inside you that learned how to speak through pain. It may have begun with words you heard long ago. It may have come from rejection, criticism, silence, or being made to feel that your needs were too much. Over time, those messages may have become part of the way you speak to yourself. The voice may say, "You always ruin things." It may say, "No, Odie will truly choose you." It may say, "You should have known better." It may say, "You are too sensitive." It may say, "You are difficult to love." It may say, "You are falling behind." It may say, "You must become better before you deserve peace." These words can feel like your own thoughts, but they may not be your deepest truth. They may be learned messages. They may be old fear repeating itself. They may be the sound of pain trying to protect you by expecting disappointment before it arrives. A voice can be familiar without being true. You are allowed to question it. You are allowed to stop speaking to yourself in the language of those who did not know how to love you well. You are allowed to build a new inner voice. A voice that does not become cruel when you make a mistake. A voice that does not disappear when you feel afraid. A voice that does not demand perfection before offering care. A voice that stays. You may have spent years waiting to hear the right words from someone else. You may have waited for an apology. You may have waited for someone to tell you that you mattered. You may have waited for someone to see how deeply you were affected. You may have waited to hear, "I should have treated you better." You may have waited to hear, "Your feelings were real." You may have waited to hear, "You were always worthy of love." Perhaps those words never came. Perhaps they came too late. Perhaps they came without the change you needed. You cannot control what another person is able to say, but you can decide what voice continues inside you now. You can begin giving yourself the words you needed, not to pretend that another person's words did not matter, not to deny the pain, but to stop leaving your healing in hands that may never hold it with care. The safe voice begins with presence. I am here. These 3 words can be powerful when the heart has felt abandoned. I am here with you. I am not leaving because you are afraid. I am not leaving because you made a mistake. I am not leaving because someone else did not stay. I am not leaving because you are still healing. The hurting part may not trust these words at first. It may have heard promises before. It may expect you to become critical again the moment things feel difficult. Build trust through the way you speak. When you remember something painful, do not say, "Here we go again." Say, "I understand why this memory still affects me." When you make a mistake, do not say, "I ruin everything." Say, "I am human and I can respond with more care now." When you feel lonely, do not say, "Nobody wants me." Say, "I need tenderness and I can begin by giving some to myself." When you feel afraid, do not say, "I am weak." Say, "A part of me is trying to feel safe." When you are tired, do not say, "I am lazy." Say, "My body is asking me to slow down." Your words create an inner atmosphere. A harsh inner atmosphere keeps the body ready for attack. A gentle inner atmosphere helps the body believe it is safe to rest. You may not be able to change every thought immediately, but you can change the way you answer it. The old voice says, "You are not enough." The safe voice says, "You do not have to prove your worth tonight." The old voice says, "You should be further ahead." The safe voice says, "Your path does not need to look like anyone else's path." The old voice says, "Nobody understands you." The safe voice says, "I am willing to understand you." The old voice says, "You are too much." The safe voice says, "Your feelings deserve space." The old voice says, "You should have done better." The safe voice says, "You made choices with the understanding you had at the time." This is not making excuses. It is offering context and compassion. You can take responsibility without attacking yourself. You can say, "I wish I had chosen differently, and I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now." You can say, "I stayed in something that hurt me, and I understand that I was trying to hold on to hope." You can say, "I ignored my own needs, and I am learning to listen now." You can say, "I gave too much, and I am learning that love also needs boundaries." You can learn without using the lesson as a weapon. Many people believe they will change more quickly if they are hard on themselves. They believe criticism will create discipline. They believe shame will stop them from making another mistake. But shame often creates hiding. When you feel ashamed, you may avoid looking honestly at what happened. You may repeat the pattern because you are too afraid to face it. You may become so focused on proving that you are good that you cannot hear what you truly need. Compassion makes honesty safer. When you know you will not be attacked inside, you can look at the truth more clearly. You can admit, "This choice did not honor me." You can admit, "I was looking for love in a place that could not offer safety." You can admit, "I was afraid to let go." You can admit, "I knew something felt wrong, but I did not trust myself." Then the safe voice answers, "Thank you for telling the truth." We can choose differently now. This is how you become your own ally. You stop standing over yourself like a judge. You stand beside yourself like someone who wants you to heal. I become the loving voice my heart needs tonight. Not the perfect voice, not a voice that never feels fear. A loving voice, a steady voice, a voice that says, "We will face this gently." A voice that says, "You do not have to carry it alone inside." A voice that says, "You are allowed to rest before everything is fixed." A voice that says, "I will not make this harder with cruelty." The heart often needs very simple words. You are safe in this moment. You are allowed to feel. You do not have to decide tonight. You are still worthy. You are not alone within yourself. Let the words be simple enough to enter the body. A hurting part does not need a long explanation. It needs warmth. It needs steadiness. It needs to know that your care does not depend on how quickly it heals. Imagine the part of you that has been solemn in carrying the pain. It may feel young, it may feel tired, it may feel as though it has spent a long time waiting for someone to notice. Do not demand anything from it. Do not ask it to smile. Do not ask it to forgive before it is ready. Do not ask it to stop remembering. Simply let it hear your voice. I see how hard this has been. I know you have tried to stay strong. I know you wanted love. I know you hoped things would change. I know you did not want to be left. I know you are tired. I am here now. The heart may respond with emotion. Let that be allowed. Sometimes tenderness opens the place where tears have been waiting. You are not making the pain worse by acknowledging it. You are ending the loneliness around it. Pain often becomes heavier when it feels unseen. A wound that is ignored may keep asking for attention. A wound that is met with care can begin to rest. The safe voice does not promise that nothing difficult will ever happen again. It promises that you will not abandon yourself when difficulty comes. That is a promise you can keep. You cannot promise that everyone will stay. You can promise that you will stay connected to your own truth. You cannot promise that nobody will disappoint you. You can promise that you will listen when something feels wrong. You cannot promise that life will never hurt. You can promise that you will not add self-hatred to the pain. You cannot promise that you will always know what to do. You can promise that you will give yourself time to choose wisely. This kind of safety does not depend on controlling the world. It comes from knowing that you will remain beside yourself. You may have confused safety with certainty. You may have believed you needed to know exactly what would happen before you could relax. But life does not always give certainty. Inner safety says, even if I do not know what happens next, I trust that I will listen to myself. Even if someone changes, I will not disappear. Even if a door closes, I will not call myself worthless. Even if I feel afraid, I will not become cruel. Even if I need to begin again, I will remain on my own side. This is a deeper safety. It grows from self-trust. Self-trust is not believing that you will never make a mistake. It is knowing that you can respond with honesty when you do. It is knowing that you can repair, learn, change, and begin again. The safe voice teaches this slowly. You may hear the old criticism tomorrow. You may hear it many times. Do not become angry that it still exists. It has been practiced for a long time. Simply answer it. The old voice says, you failed. The safe voice says, this did not go the way I hoped, but I am still worthy of care. The old voice says, you are behind. The safe voice says, I am allowed to move at a pace my body can hold. The old voice says, they left because you were not enough. The safe voice says, another person's actions are not a measure of my value. The old voice says, you will always be alone. The safe voice says, loneliness is a feeling, not a future promise. Every answer changes something. The mind may not fully believe it yet, but the body hears the difference. The body knows the difference between being attacked and being supported. The safe voice may feel unfamiliar at first. Sometimes kindness feels uncomfortable when criticism has been normal. You may feel embarrassed speaking gently to yourself. You may think the words are too simple. Let them be simple. Simple words can reach deep places. I am here. I understand. You are allowed to rest. You do not have to earn love. You are not too much. You are learning. You are still worthy. Do not turn healing into another test you must pass. You do not have to say every word correctly. You do not have to feel a great change immediately. The important thing is the direction of your voice. Is it moving toward care or toward attack? Is it making the heart feel safer or more ashamed? Is it helping the body soften or making it prepare for another battle? Choose the direction of care. There may be times when you cannot say, I love myself. Perhaps that sentence feels too far away. Begin with something gentler. I am willing to stop hurting myself with my own words. I am willing to be kinder tonight. I am willing to stay with myself. I am willing to believe that I deserve peace. Willingness is enough to begin. You do not need to force the heart to accept love. You can let love come near. You can say, perhaps I am more worthy than pain has made me believe. Perhaps I do not need to carry shame forever. Perhaps I can learn another way to speak to myself. Perhaps I can become the safe place I have been searching for. The word perhaps can open a door without pressure. A heart that has been hurt may need doors, not demands. Let the safe voice enter gently. Let it sit beside the old fear. Let it answer without shouting. The old fear may be loud because it believes volume creates protection. The safe voice does not need to become loud. It needs to become steady. Steadiness builds trust. Tonight, you can practice this steadiness. If a memory rises, answer with care. If regret rises, answer with forgiveness. If fear rises, answer with presence. If loneliness rises, answer with your own company. If the heart asks whether it will ever feel better, say, we do not need the whole answer tonight. We only need to rest together. There is healing in the word together. You are no longer placing the hurting part on one side and the strong part on the other. You are becoming one inner family. The tired part is welcome. The afraid part is welcome. The wise part is welcome. The hopeful part is welcome. The part that wants to let go is welcome. The part that is not ready is also welcome. Nothing inside you must be pushed away before peace can begin. You can hold different feelings with care. You can miss what happened and still know you deserve better. You can feel hurt and still choose no to return. You can wish things had been different and still accept what is true now. The safe voice can hold both sides. It does not demand a simple answer when the heart is complex. It says, I understand that part of you still loves. I also understand that love should not require you to lose yourself. It says, I understand that part of you still hopes. I also understand that hope needs truth. It says, I understand that part of you is afraid to move forward. I will walk slowly with you. The safe voice does not drag you into healing. It walks beside you. That is how peace reaches the hurting part, not through force, through companionship, not through perfect answers, through a presence that remains, not through denying the wound, through saying you do not have to carry this alone anymore. You become the voice that says, I will protect our peace. I will listen when something feels wrong. I will not chase love that asks us to disappear. I will not use the past to punish us. I will not speak with the voice of abandonment. I will speak with the voice of home. The heart may have been searching for home in another person, another place, or another outcome. Now home can begin inside the way you speak. Home is the sentence that does not judge you. Home is the promise that you will stay. Home is the quiet belief that your worth remains. Home is the feeling that you can be honest without being attacked. I become the loving voice my heart needs tonight. Let that voice meet every tender place. Let it meet the part that was rejected. You are still worthy. Let it meet the part that feels guilty. You are allowed to forgive yourself. Let it meet the part that feels forgotten. You have not been forgotten by your own heart. Let it meet the part that feels lost. You do not need to see the whole path to take care of yourself now. Let it meet the part that is tired. You do not have to keep proving that you are strong. As this voice becomes safer, something in you may become ready to loosen its hold on the past. The past may still feel close because part of your energy remains tied to it. You may have left the place, ended the conversation, or moved forward in practical ways, but the mind may still return. The heart may still wait for a different ending. The body may still react as though what happened is not fully over. This is understandable. Painful moments do not always end when the event ends. Sometimes they continue through the words you repeat. They continue through the questions you keep asking. They continue through the blame you carry. They continue through the hope that someone will return and make the past feel different. You may be waiting for an apology. You may be waiting for an explanation. You may be waiting for someone to understand how deeply you were hurt. You may be waiting for proof that you mattered. These desires are human, but when your peace depends completely on another person giving the right answer, your heart remains tied to what they choose to do. You deserve a freedom that does not require their permission. Release does not mean saying the pain was acceptable. It does not mean pretending that it did not matter. It does not mean inviting someone back. It does not mean forgetting. Release means the past is no longer allowed to use every night as a place to repeat itself. It means you begin taking your attention, your energy, and your future back. The past happened, but it does not own this night. Let that truth create a boundary. The past had its moment. It does not need every moment after it. The old conversation had its time. It does not need to continue inside your mind forever. The person made a choice. You do not need to keep making their choice against yourself. The painful chapter was real. It is not the only chapter you are allowed to live. You may not be ready to release everything. Do not force it. Forced release can become another way of ignoring the heart. Begin with willingness. I am willing to loosen what keeps my heart heavy. You do not have to say, I have completely let go. You can say, I am willing to carry less. You do not have to say, I no longer care. You can say, I care, but I do not want this pain to control me. You do not have to say, I forgive everything tonight. You can say, I am open to peace, even while forgiveness is still growing. Willingness is honest. It meets you where you are. Perhaps you can release one question. Why did they do this? You may never fully know. Perhaps you can release one blame. I should have known. You knew what you knew then. Perhaps you can release one hope. Maybe they will finally become who I needed. You can accept who they have shown themselves to be. Perhaps you can release one fear. I will never feel love again. The future is larger than this one experience. You do not need to release the whole past at once. You can loosen one small knot. The past often holds power through repeated questions. Why was I not enough? Why did they choose differently? Why did I stay? Why did I trust? Why did I not leave sooner? Some questions are useful when they lead to understanding. But when the answer has been searched for many times and the question only creates more pain, it may be time to stop asking it. Not because you do not deserve an answer, because peace may be more important than continuing the search. Instead of asking, why was I not enough, ask, why am I using another person's limits to measure my worth? Instead of asking, why did I stay, ask, what was I hoping to receive? Instead of asking, why did I trust, ask, how can I learn to trust myself more clearly now? Instead of asking, why did this happen to me, ask, What does my heart need in order to move forward? A different question can turn your attention from the past toward healing. You cannot change the event. You can change the relationship you have with the memory. The memory may once have been a place you entered, read without choice. It may have pulled you into the same emotions again and again. Now you can learn to stand at a distance. You can say, yes, that happened. Yes, it hurt. Yes, I wish it had been different. And I am here now. This is not denial. It is placing the memory in its right time. The pain belongs to then. The care belongs to now. The future has not yet been written. The mind may try to bring the past into tomorrow. It may say, because this happened once, it will happen again. Because someone left, everyone will leave. Because trust was broken, love is unsafe. Because you were disappointed, hope is dangerous. These are protective conclusions. They are understandable, but they do not have to become permanent beliefs. One painful experience does not contain every future experience. One person's behavior does not describe every heart. One ending does not decide every beginning. The past can teach you without becoming your prison. Take the lesson, but do not turn the lesson into fear. The lesson may be, listen when your body feels uneasy. The lesson may be, words and actions need to agree. The lesson may be, love should not require constant chasing. The lesson may be, your boundaries matter. The lesson may be, you deserve clear communication. The lesson may be, you cannot rescue someone into becoming ready. Take that wisdom with you. Leave the shame behind. You may have been using your new understanding to attack your old self. You look back and say, I should have seen it. But the version of you in the past did not know everything you know now. Do not use today's wisdom as a weapon against yesterday's heart. That heart was trying. It may have been lonely. It may have wanted to believe. It may have confused waiting with love. It may have believed that being more patient would change everything. It may have been afraid to begin again. Have compassion for that version of you. Say, I understand why you stayed. Say, I understand why you hoped. Say, I understand why you were afraid. Say, I forgive you for not knowing what you know now. Self-forgiveness is a form of release. Without it, the past continues through self-punishment. You may no longer be in the old situation, but if you keep attacking yourself for it, the pain remains active. You deserve to stop living in an inner courtroom. You do not need to keep putting yourself on trial. You do not need to replay every decision as evidence against yourself. You can learn. You can take responsibility. You can choose differently. And you can still offer yourself mercy. Mercy does not erase the lesson. It helps you carry the lesson without shame. The past happened, but it does not own this night. It does not own your breath. It does not own your body. It does not own your ability to rest. It does not own every relationship that may come. It does not own your belief in love. It does not own your future. You may feel the past in the body. The chest may tighten when you remember. The stomach may react when something reminds you. The body may prepare for a pain that is not happening now. Let the body hear a new message. That moment is over. I am here now. I can care for myself now. I have choices now. The body may need to hear this many times. Be patient. It learned fear through repeated experiences. It can learn safety through repeated care. Tonight, you can let the night become a quiet river. You do not need to push anything into it. You can simply imagine that the day is moving away. The words, faces, worries, and old pictures do not need to stay beside you. Let the river carry what you are ready to stop holding. Perhaps it carries one argument. Perhaps it carries one painful sentence. Perhaps it carries one question that has never been answered. Perhaps it carries the need to be understood by someone who did not listen. Perhaps it carries the belief that you must fix the past before you can have peace. You do not need to watch where it goes. Let it move. Release is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is deciding not to check again. Sometimes it is deleting the words you keep rereading. Sometimes it is allowing silence to be the answer. Sometimes it is refusing to imagine a different ending for the 100th time. Sometimes it is saying, I have learned enough from this pain. Sometimes it is choosing sleep. There may be a part of you that believes holding on keeps the connection alive. It may fear that releasing the pain means losing what mattered. But love and pain are not the same thing. You can honor what mattered without continuing to suffer. You can remember a good moment without returning to a harmful pattern. You can feel love for someone and still choose distance. You can wish them healing and still protect your peace. You can accept that something was meaningful and still let it end. Release does not erase love. It removes the belief that love must continue through pain. You may also be holding on because anger feels protective. Anger can create distance from hurt. It can help you recognize that something was wrong. Let anger teach you. Let it show you the boundary. Let it show you what you will no longer accept. But do not let anger become the only way you remain connected to the past. You do not need to carry the fire forever in order to remember that you were hurt. You can keep the wisdom without keeping the burning. The heart may say, but if I forgive, it means they were right. No. Forgiveness is not agreement. It does not change what happened. It changes what the past is allowed to keep taking from you. It stops the same event from using new days as fuel. You do not have to forgive before you are ready, but you can begin by saying, I no longer want this pain to take so much of my life. That desire is enough. Perhaps forgiveness begins as a wish for freedom. I want to be free from replaying this. I want to be free from blaming myself. I want to be free from waiting for a different past. I want to be free, to receive love without comparing it to what hurt me. I want to be free to rest. Freedom can begin before the emotion is completely gone. It begins when you stop organizing your life around the wound. You no longer check what they are doing. You no longer measure your value through their attention. You no longer wait for their return before allowing yourself to live. You no longer make every new person answer for an old person's choices. You begin giving the future room to be different. The past may try to follow. You can acknowledge it without letting it lead. You can say, I remember, but I am choosing from the present. You can say, I learned, but I do not have to live in fear. You can say, I was hurt, but I am not only what happened to me. You can say, that chapter shaped me, but it does not control the whole story. Each time you choose the present, the hold becomes a little weaker. The mind may still return, but you return more quickly. The feeling may still rise, but you know how to care for it. The memory may still be sad, but it does not decide what you deserve. This is release in motion. Not one perfect act, a steady turning toward now. You may need to release the idea that healing must look a certain way. Perhaps you expected to stop caring completely. Perhaps you expected to forget. Perhaps you expected to feel strong every day. Healing may be quieter. You think about it less often. You recover more quickly when it returns. You stop searching for signs. You stop wishing every night for a different ending. You begin noticing your own life again. You begin wanting things that have nothing to do with the past. You begin feeling curious about tomorrow. These are signs of release. Do not overlook them because they are small. The heart rarely moves from pain to complete freedom in one step. It moves through little openings. A morning when you do not check. An evening when the memory does not control your mood. A moment when you speak about the past without losing yourself. A choice that protects your peace. A night when you let yourself sleep. Let tonight be one of those openings. You do not have to force the door wide. A small opening is enough for peace to enter. Say gently, I am willing to loosen what keeps my heart heavy. I am willing to release the need for a different past. I am willing to stop asking myself to carry what has already happened. I am willing to let the memory become a memory. I am willing to give this night back to myself. You may feel resistance. A part of you may say, I am not ready. Do not fight that part. Tell it, we are not forgetting. We are not pretending. We are only resting. The past will still be there tomorrow if there is something honest you need to understand. You do not have to hold it awake all night. You can place it down for now. You can say, I will not solve yesterday while my body is asking for sleep. You can say, this night belongs to healing, not replaying. You can say, my heart deserves a few hours without carrying the same story. The past happened, but it does not own this night. The words may not remove every feeling. Let them create a boundary. This night is mine. My breath is mine. My attention is mine. My body is mine. My future is still open. You are allowed to step out of the old room. You are allowed to stop standing at the same closed door. You are allowed to turn toward a life that has not hurt you yet. There are moments ahead that do not contain this pain. There are conversations you have not had. There are quiet mornings you have not seen. There are feelings of safety that may still be new to you. There are parts of yourself waiting to return when they no longer have to spend all their energy protecting the wound. You do not need to know exactly how they will return. Let the future remain open. Do not let the past write every line before tomorrow arrives. You are not releasing because the pain did not matter. You are releasing because your peace matters too. Your sleep matters. Your body matters. Your future matters. The love you still have within you matters. The life waiting beyond the wound matters. Let the past become quieter now. Let the questions become less urgent. Let the need for a different ending loosen. Let the heart know that it no longer has to stand inside yesterday. This moment is here. This room is here. Your body is here. Your care is here. You are here. And for this night, that is enough. There is nothing more you need to prove tonight. You do not have to stay awake to show that you care. You do not have to keep thinking about the problem to show that it matters. You do not have to carry fear through the night to prepare yourself for tomorrow. Your tiredness is not asking for another answer. It is asking for rest. Rest is not giving up. Rest is not weakness. Rest is not turning away from life. Rest is one of the ways life restores you. The mind may have learned to connect rest with guilt. It may say that you should be doing more. It may remind you of unfinished work, unanswered messages, duties you did not complete, or promises you made to yourself. Even when the body is asking to stop, the mind may keep creating another task. You may have spent many years believing that your value comes from how much you carry. Perhaps you feel useful when others need you. Perhaps you feel safe when everything is under your control. Perhaps slowing down makes you notice feelings you would rather avoid. But you were not created only to work, solve, help, plan, and survive. You are also allowed to receive. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to let the night care for you. You do not have to earn sleep by reaching the end of every task. There will always be another thing that could be done. there will always be another thought the mind could follow. There will always be another question waiting for attention. At some point, you must gently tell the day that it has received enough of you. You can say, I have given what I could today. You can say, what remains can wait. You can say, my body deserves care even when my work is unfinished. The work will not become more loving because you punish yourself through the night. The answer will not become clearer because you force a tired mind to search for it. Tomorrow will not become safer because you spend tonight imagining everything that could go wrong. Rest gives you back the strength that worry takes away. Rest helps the body move out of defense. Rest makes space for a clearer thought. Rest can help you return to a problem with a softer heart and a steadier mind. You may not notice healing while it is happening. Not every kind of healing can be seen or measured in the moment. Some healing is very quiet. It happens when the body is no longer being pushed. It happens when the mind is no longer being asked to solve everything. It happens when the heart is allowed to feel without being judged. It happens when you stop fighting your own need for care. The deepest changes are not always loud. A tree does not make noise while its roots grow. Morning does not argue with the darkness. The body does not ask for applause while it repairs and restores. Life knows how to work in silence. You can trust some things to happen without your constant attention. Your heart keeps beating when you are not thinking about it. Your body continues its work while you sleep. Your deeper mind sorts through what the day has brought. Feelings can settle when you stop pulling at them. An answer can become clearer when you leave it alone for a while. You do not have to manage every part of your healing. Your role is not to control every inner process. Your role is to offer a safe place where healing is allowed. A safe place begins with permission. I give myself permission to stop. I give myself permission to be tired. I give myself permission to leave something unfinished. I give myself permission to rest without guilt. You may have learned that stopping is dangerous. Perhaps life once required you to stay watchful. Perhaps you had to notice the mood in the room. Perhaps you became used to waiting for something to go wrong. Perhaps your body learned that peace could disappear at any moment. That kind of alertness may have helped you through difficult times, but you do not have to live every night as though danger is about to arrive. You can thank the part of you that stayed watchful. You can say, you protected me when I needed protection. You can say, you do not have to stay on duty every moment now. The body may not believe this immediately. It may remain tense even when the room is quiet. It may continue listening for a sound. It may continue preparing for bad news. It may continue holding the day inside the shoulders, the chest, or the stomach. Do not become frustrated with the body. It learned to protect you through repetition. Now it can learn peace through repetition too. Every night you ooze gentleness, the body receives a new message. Every time you stop reviewing the worst moments of the day, the body receives a new message. Every time you allow rest without feeling ashamed, the body receives a new message. The message is simple. You are safe enough to stop now. You may not feel completely safe. You do not need complete peace before resting. You only need enough willingness to let the body carry a little less. Allow the bed to support your weight. Allow the hands to hold nothing. Allow the face to become softer. Allow the tongue to rest. Allow the shoulders to stop preparing for another demand. You do not need to perform relaxation. You do not need to do it perfectly. Let the body choose what it can release. One part may remain tense. That is okay. One thought may remain active. That is okay. One feeling may still need care. That is okay. Rest is not something you fail because the mind is still busy. You can rest beside a busy mind. You can rest while sadness is present. You can rest without having reached complete peace. The night does not demand perfection from you. It simply invites you to stop struggling for a while. Sometimes the body becomes tired, but the mind continues because it believes stopping will allow the pain to catch up. You may fear that if you become still, everything you avoided during the day will return. Perhaps some of it does return, but you are meeting it differently now. You know you do not have to follow every thought. You know the hurting part is not the whole of you. You know a feeling can be heard without being placed in control. You know the past can be remembered without being allowed to own the night. The quiet no longer has to be an empty place where fear becomes stronger. It can become a place where you listen with love. Let rest become an act of trust. Trust that you do not need to hold the whole world together while you sleep. Trust that people can carry their own feelings. Trust that the things you cannot fix tonight can wait until you are stronger. Trust that life can move even when you are not forcing it. You may believe that if you stop worrying, you will become careless, but worry and care are not the same thing. Care takes a wise action. Worry repeats the problem after the action has been taken. Care says, I will do what is mine to do. Worry says, I must control what is not mine. Care protects your energy. Worry slowly takes it away. You can care deeply and still rest. You can love someone and still close your eyes. You can have responsibilities and still give your body what it needs. You can be uncertain and still allow yourself peace. Rest does not mean you no longer care about tomorrow. It means you are preparing to meet tomorrow with more of yourself available. A tired heart can become easily afraid. A tired mind can make small problems feel permanent. A tired body can make hope feel far away. Sleep does not solve every problem, but it can change the way you stand before the problem. It can give the mind more room. It can give the body more strength. It can help the heart remember that one difficult evening is not the whole life. You do not need to carry tomorrow before it arrives. Tomorrow will bring its own light, its own choices, and its own strength. This night has a different purpose. This night is for release. This night is for repair. This night is for becoming quiet enough to hear that you are still supported. I am safe to rest while life continues supporting me. Let that thought replace the belief that you must remain active for life to work. Life was moving before you understood how it moved. Life grew your body without your instructions. Life carried you through days you once believed you could not survive. Life brought unexpected help, ideas, changes, and moments of relief. Not everything good came because you forced it. Some good things arrived because you became open enough to receive them. Rest can make you open. Rest can soften the tight hold around the future. Rest can remind you that your power is not only found in doing. There is power in allowing. There is power in waiting until the mind becomes clear. There is power in refusing to make a decision from fear. There is power in protecting the hours that restore you. You may have spent the day giving attention to many people. Their words, needs, problems, and moods may still be moving through you. You can let them go for the night. You are not responsible for continuing every conversation inside your mind. You are not responsible for solving another person's pain while your own body is exhausted. You are not responsible for keeping everyone comfortable at the cost of your peace. Tonight, return what is not yours. Let another person's mood belong to them. Let another person's choice belong to them. Let another person's opinion remain outside your inner home. Let another person's disappointment stop becoming a punishment you give yourself. Your heart has enough to carry. You can care without taking everything inside. You can say, I release what does not belong to me. You can say, I have done what I can. You can say, I will not carry another person through my sleep. There is no need to explain this choice. There is no need to defend your need for rest. The body does not need a reason to deserve care. You do not need to be close to breaking before you are allowed to stop. You can rest before exhaustion becomes pain. You can rest before resentment grows. You can rest because rest is part of a loving life. Perhaps there is a voice that says you are wasting time. Answer it gently. I am restoring my strength. Perhaps it says you should keep working. Answer it gently. Tomorrow needs a rested version of me. Perhaps it says everyone else is doing more. Answer it gently. My body has its own needs and its own pace. Perhaps it says you do not deserve to rest because you made mistakes today. Answer it gently. Rest is not only for perfect peeps. You are allowed to end the day without punishing yourself. You are allowed to sleep even if you wish you had spoken differently. You are allowed to sleep even if a task remains incomplete. You are allowed to sleep even if someone did not understand you. You are allowed to sleep while you are still learning. Let the night be free from judgment. Nothing good grows when the heart is being attacked without stopping. A kinder tomorrow begins with a kinder ending to today. Do not take your mistakes into sleep as proof that you are failing. Take them as lessons. A lesson does not need to become a sentence against your worth. You may say, I could have handled that differently. Then add, I can try again. You may say, I was not honest about what I needed. Then add, I am learning to speak. You may say, I let fear guide me. Then add, I can choose again when morning comes. There is always another chance to respond with more care. You do not have to repair everything before rest. Sometimes the repair begins because you rested. The body has carried you through this day, even when the day felt difficult. Thank it now. Thank the eyes that have seen so much. Thank the hands that have worked, helped, held, and carried. Thank the feet that moved you through ordinary hours. Thank the heart that kept beating beneath every feeling. Thank the body, not because it looks or performs in a certain way, but because it has remained with you. It deserves your kindness. It deserves a night without criticism. It deserves to hear, you have done enough. I am safe to rest while life continues supporting me. Life does not stop caring for you when you close your eyes. Your worth does not disappear when you are no longer producing. Your place in the world does not need to be earned again tomorrow morning. You can leave the day now. You can let the unfinished things remain outside this moment. You can let the heart become quiet without demanding that it become empty. You can let rest do its gentle work. Some healing arrives through understanding. Some healing arrives through honest action. And some healing arrives because you finally stop. There are questions the mind may carry for a very long time. Questions about what happened, why it happened, what someone truly felt, what you should have done, and what the future will bring. The mind may believe that peace will come only when every question has been answered. It says, when I understand why they changed, then I will rest. When I know what happens next, then I will feel safe. When I know whether I made the right choice, then I will stop worrying. When I know that nothing painful will happen again, then I will trust life. But complete certainty is rarely given before the next step. If peace depends on knowing everything, peace will always remain somewhere in the future. You deserve peace now, even while some answers are missing. You do not need to understand every part of the past to stop carrying it through every night. You do not need to know the whole future to care for yourself in the present. You do not need proof that everything will happen exactly as you want before allowing the body to soften. Peace is not the reward you receive when life becomes fully clear. Peace is the way you hold yourself while life is still unfolding. There may be a question that has followed you for months or years. Why was I treated that way? Why was my love not enough? Why did life allow this? Why did the door close? Why did I lose something I cared about? Why did I have to wait so long? These questions can come from a wounded place that wants meaning. The heart often believes that understanding will remove the pain. Sometimes understanding helps. Sometimes the answer gives direction. But some answers do not bring the relief you expected. You may understand someone's behavior and still feel hurt. You may know why something ended and still wish it had not. You may receive an apology and still need time to heal. You may learn the lesson and still feel sadness. The heart is not a machine that becomes peaceful when the correct information is entered. It needs love, safety, time, and honest care. Perhaps the question is not what happened. Perhaps the deeper question is, how do I care for the part of me that was affected? You cannot always know why another person made a certain choice. But you can know how you will treat yourself now. You cannot know every detail of tomorrow, but you can know that you will meet tomorrow one step at a time. You cannot know whether every plan will work, but you can know that your worth will not disappear if a plan changes. You cannot know when every desire will arrive, but you can know that fear does not need to be your only companion while you wait. Let the unknown remain unknown for this night. You do not need to fill every empty space with a frightening answer. The mind often does this. When it does not know, it imagines the worst. Silence becomes rejection. A delay becomes failure. An unanswered message becomes abandonment. An uncertain path becomes a future with no hope. But the mind's first fearful answer is not always the truth. Not knowing does not mean something bad is happening. A delay does not always mean denial. Silence does not always mean you are unwanted. A closed path does not always mean you are lost. Sometimes you are simply standing in a place where the next part has not been shown yet. You can stay there without attacking yourself. You can say, I do not know yet. There is freedom in those words. I do not know yet, and I do not need to create a painful answer. I do not know yet, and I can remain kind to myself. I do not know yet, and life may still be moving. The word yet leaves the future open. It stops the present moment from becoming a final ending. You may not know how the situation will change. You may not know when you will feel ready. You may not know where the next opportunity will come from. You may not know how love will meet you again. That does not mean there is no path. It means the path is still unfolding. The mind may ask, what if nothing changes? Answer with another possibility. What if change has already begun in a way I cannot see? What if the first change is the way I am learning to care for myself? What if the delay is giving me time to become clearer? What if the closed door is keeping me from repeating an old pain? What if life is not finished with this part of my story? You do not need to force yourself to believe the most hopeful answer. You only need to stop treating the most fearful answer as the only one. There are many possibilities that fear cannot see. Fear sees one empty space and calls it the end. Trust sees the same space and says something may still be forming. Trust is not pretending that everything will happen exactly as you wish. Trust is allowing life to be larger than what you can understand tonight. You have already lived through moments when you did not know what would happen next. Some of those moments led to pain. Others led to growth, support, change, or a new direction. The unknown is not only where fear lives. The unknown is also where new things come from. A new idea comes from what you did not know before. A new relationship enters from a future you cannot yet see. A new path appears beyond the plan that did not work. A deeper strength rises during a season you did not choose. You do not need to fear every space you cannot control. Life has surprised you before. It may surprise you again. The mind may ask for a guarantee, but no relationship, job, plan, or dream can remove every form of uncertainty. Real peace cannot be built only on guarantees. It must be built on the way you remain with yourself when guarantees are not available. You can trust yourself to notice what feels wrong. You can trust yourself to ask for help. You can trust yourself to leave what does not honor you. You can trust yourself to learn from a mistake. You can trust yourself to begin again if life changes. This kind of trust is stronger than the promise that nothing difficult will ever happen. It says, even if life changes, I will not abandon myself. Even if I feel disappointed, I will not call myself a failure. Even if I must choose another path, I will still be worthy of love. Even if I do not know what comes next, I can stay present. You may have been trying to control every outcome because control once felt like safety. You may have learned to prepare for disappointment before allowing hope. You may have believed that if you expected the worst, it would hurt less. But expecting pain does not always protect you from pain. Often, it causes you to suffer before anything has happened. It takes tomorrow's possible difficulty and places it inside tonight's body. You do not have to live tomorrow twice. Let tomorrow arrive once. Let the future remain outside this room. You will meet it when it comes. Your task tonight is not to know what tomorrow will bring. Your task is to stop asking your body to carry what has not happened. What can I release for tonight? This is a kinder question than, how do I solve everything? Perhaps you can release the need to know what another person is thinking. Perhaps you can release the need to decide immediately. Perhaps you can release the belief that one delay means nothing good is coming. Perhaps you can release the need to make the future look exactly as you planned. Perhaps you can release the question until morning. You may pick it up again later if it still needs your attention, but for now, you can put it down. What is already supporting me? This question helps the mind notice what fear ignores. Perhaps you have a place to rest. Perhaps one person cares. Perhaps your body is asking you to slow down before you become more tired. Perhaps you have learned something important. Perhaps you have more choices than you once had. Perhaps there is still a small light of hope within you. Support is not always dramatic. Sometimes support is the quiet chance to begin again. Sometimes support is a clear no. Sometimes support is an ending that keeps you from losing more of yourself. Sometimes support is your own voice finally becoming kinder. What if peace is beginning before I can see the answer? Peace may not arrive after the answer. It may help you receive the answer. When the mind becomes less afraid, it notices more. When the body is not in constant defense, it becomes easier to hear what feels right. When you stop forcing one outcome, another path may become visible. Peace is not blocking action. Peace can guide action. A calm choice can be more powerful than 10 choices made from panic. You can wait until the body feels steadier. You can choose not to send the message while fear is speaking. You can delay the decision until you are no longer trying to escape a feeling. You can ask, what would love choose if fear were not rushing me? The answer may not come immediately. Let it wait. Not every question becomes clearer when you push it. Some questions need room. Some answers arrive while you are doing something ordinary. They appear after the mind has stopped demanding them. A truth becomes clear in the morning. A decision feels easier after sleep. A new thought enters when the inner noise becomes lower. You do not need to chase every answer. You can become available to receive one. I do not need every answer in order to receive peace. Let those words move through the places that have been trying to control everything. I do not need every answer. I do not need to understand another person's heart before caring for my own. I do not need to know the full path before taking the next loving step. I do not need to solve tomorrow before sleeping tonight. I do not need proof that nothing difficult will happen. I need to know that I will stay with myself. You may still have questions. Let them sit quietly instead of turning them into fear. Imagine each question as something placed outside the door for the night. It is not being destroyed. It is not being ignored forever. It is simply not entering your rest. You can return to it with daylight, strength, and a clearer mind. The question does not need to sleep inside your chest. The future does not need to sleep inside your stomach. Another person does not need to sleep inside your thoughts. You can make room for your own presence. There is a part of you beneath every question that is asking for peace. Listen to that part. It may not care about the full explanation. It may only want to hear, "You are safe with me." It may only want to know that it does not have to solve the world to deserve rest. It may only want to feel that life is not finished. Offer that comfort. This chapter is not the final one. This feeling is not the only feeling I will ever know. This uncertainty does not mean I have been forgotten. I can meet tomorrow when it arrives. There is a spiritual peace that does not come from knowing how everything will happen. It comes from remembering that you are part of a life much larger than your thoughts. The mind sees only a small part. It sees today's problem. It sees the closed door. It sees what has not arrived. Life may be holding more than the mind can see. It may be moving through people, timing, choices, and paths you do not yet know. You do not have to understand the whole movement to be held within it. The sun does not need your understanding before morning comes. The body does not need your instructions before healing begins. The next chapter does not need your fear in order to arrive. You can be open without knowing. You can trust without controlling. You can rest without a guarantee. Tonight, let peace be enough. Not complete understanding, not the perfect plan, not every missing answer. Peace. Peace in the way you speak to yourself. Peace in the choice not to reopen the wound. Peace in the decision to let tomorrow remain tomorrow. Peace in the simple truth that you are still here. I do not need every answer in order to receive peace. Let these words come near without pressure. You do not have to force yourself to believe every sentence immediately. You do not have to repeat them as a task. Let each one be a gentle message offered to the parts of you that have been carrying too much. I am safe in this moment. Safety does not mean every part of life is certain. It means that right now, you do not need to solve the future. You do not need to prepare for every possible pain. You can let this moment be smaller and kinder than the mind has made it. My body is allowed to soften. The body has carried worries, duties, memories, and unspoken feelings. It does not need to remain hard through the night. Let it release what it can. There is no need to push it. Even a little softness is welcome. I do not need to prepare for pain while I rest. Fear may believe that staying alert will protect you, but you do not need to imagine tomorrow's wounds before tomorrow arrives. Let the mind stop creating danger in a moment that is asking for quiet. I stay beside myself with love. You do not have to leave yourself when a difficult feeling rises. You do not have to become harsh because you feel afraid. You can remain present, patient, and kind. I do not abandon myself when feelings rise. Sadness is not a reason to turn against yourself. Fear is not proof that you are weak. Loneliness does not mean you have no value. Every feeling can be met by a voice that says, I am still here. My heart is heard, held, and respected. Your feelings matter. Your needs matter. Your limits matter. The heart does not need to shout to receive your attention. You are listening now. I release what does not belong in this night. Another person's anger does not need to remain in your body. An old conversation does not need to continue. Tomorrow's work does not need to fill tonight's thoughts. Let what is not needed move away. I let the day become complete. The day may not have been perfect. It may contain mistakes, unfinished work, disappointment, or confusion. It can still end. You are allowed to close it without carrying every part into sleep. I allow old pain to loosen gently. There is no demand to forget. There is no pressure to forgive before you are ready. You are simply allowing the pain to hold you less tightly. I am worthy of love that feels safe. Love does not need to keep you confused. It does not need to make you question your value every day. You are worthy of care that allows your heart to remain whole. I do not have to suffer to prove my worth. Pain is not a payment you must make before receiving good. You do not need to carry more, wait longer, or become more exhausted in order to deserve kindness. Goodness is allowed to reach me. A hurting heart may become used to expecting disappointment. Let it remember that support, peace, care, and honest love are also possible. Life is still working in ways I cannot see. You may not know what is changing. You may not know what is being prepared. You may not understand why a path has become slow. Not seeing movement does not mean there is no movement. I have not been forgotten. A quiet season does not mean life has turned away from you. A delay does not remove your value. A painful chapter does not mean goodness has passed you by. My future is not limited by this painful moment. The mind may try to use today's feeling to describe every tomorrow. But one moment cannot hold the whole future. There are experiences ahead that have not yet touched your life. Peace is welcome in my mind. You do not need to chase every thought. You do not need to answer every question. Thoughts can pass without becoming commands. Peace is welcome in my body. Let peace reach the places that have been tense. Let it reach the shoulders that have carried too much. Let it reach the chest that has held back tears. Let it reach the stomach that has been preparing for fear. Peace is reaching the places that have felt alone. The part that was ignored can be heard. The part that was blamed can receive kindness. The part that was left can feel your presence. The part that has stayed awake for too long can rest. I rest in love, and peace moves gently through me. There is no need to force peace. Let it move in the way water finds open ground. Let it reach what is ready. I am allowed to be unfinished. You do not have to become completely healed before receiving rest. You can be learning, changing, grieving, and still worthy of a gentle night. I am allowed to need time. The heart has its own pace. The body has its own pace. There is no need to measure your healing against another life. I release the belief that I should be over this by now. You are not late. You are not failing. You are meeting the layers as they become ready to be felt. I forgive myself for not knowing what I know now. The past version of you made choices with the understanding, fear, hope, and needs that were present then. You can learn without attacking who you were. I forgive myself for staying where I was not at peace. Perhaps you stayed because you hoped. Perhaps you were afraid. Perhaps you did not yet believe you deserved something different. You understand more now. I forgive myself for ignoring my own needs. You may have been taught to place everyone else first. Now you are learning that your needs belong inside love too. I release the need to be understood by everyone. Some people may never fully see your heart. Their lack of understanding does not make your truth less real. I release the need to change another person. You can offer love, honesty, and care. You cannot force another heart to become ready. You can return your energy to your own life. I release the need for the past to be different. You may always wish something had happened another way, but you do not have to spend every new day arguing with what cannot be changed. I keep the lesson and release the punishment. You can carry wisdom forward without carrying shame. You can remember what you learned without repeating the pain. I trust myself to listen. When something feels wrong, you can pay attention. When the body asks for rest, you can respond. When a boundary is needed, you can honor it. I trust myself to choose with greater care. You do not need to make perfect choices. You only need to remain honest and willing to learn. I trust myself to begin again. A mistake does not end your path. A hard day does not remove your progress. You can return to care at any moment. I am not the pain I have carried. Pain is one part of your experience. It is not your full identity. There is still wisdom, love, hope, and life within you. I am more than what happened to me. You are more than the rejection, the loss, the disappointment, and the words that hurt. You are the one still choosing healing. I am becoming a safe place for myself. Safety grows through the way you speak, the boundaries you keep, and the care you offer when feelings rise. I do not need to chase what is meant to meet me with honesty. You are allowed to stop running after unclear love. You are allowed to let mutual care move toward you too. I do not need to beg for the respect I deserve. Respect is not too much to ask for. Clear love is not too much to ask for. Peace is not too much to ask for. I allow myself to receive without fear. You may be more used to giving than receiving. Let the heart learn that support can come without a hidden cost. I allow kindness to reach me. Do not push it away because it feels unfamiliar. You are allowed to receive a gentle word, a helpful hand, a quiet moment, or a loving presence. I allow rest to restore me. You do not need to know exactly what the night is doing within you. Let rest be enough. I release the need to control tomorrow. Tomorrow will arrive with its own choices. You do not have to live those choices now. I release the need to review every mistake. You have already learned what you can from this day. Repeating the pain does not create more wisdom. I release the fear that peace will be taken away. Peace may come and go as you learn. You can return to it. You do not need to hold it tightly. I am allowed to feel good again. You do not betray the past by healing. You do not dishonor what mattered by smiling, resting, or opening your heart to life. I am allowed to feel hope. Hope does not make you foolish. Hope can be quiet and wise. It can exist beside clear boundaries. I am allowed to imagine a kinder future. The future does not have to repeat the worst thing that happened. New experiences are possible. My heart does not have to stand guard all night. It can rest from watching, waiting, checking, and preparing. My mind does not need to solve what the heart needs to feel. Some feelings need compassion more than an explanation. My body does not need to carry every unspoken word. You can release the conversations you did not have. You can speak later if speaking is needed. Tonight, the body may rest. I am supported by the quiet. Silence does not have to mean loneliness. It can become a place where you hear your own care. I am supported by my own presence. You are not leaving yourself tonight. You are remaining beside every tender part. I am supported by life even when I cannot see the whole path. The road may be unclear, but you are still moving. A slow season is still a season of life. I am not required to know everything. You are allowed to be human. You are allowed to learn as the path unfolds. I am not required to fix everything. Some things are not yours to fix. Some things need time. Some things need distance. Some things need to be released. I am not required to carry everyone. You can love without becoming responsible for another person's whole life. I choose peace over the need to keep proving my pain. Your pain was real. It does not need to remain active in order to be respected. I choose rest over another night of replaying the past. The memory has received enough of you or attention. Let the present receive you now. I choose kindness over self-criticism. A harsh voice has never been the deepest truth of who you are. I choose to remain on my own side. You are not your own enemy. You are becoming your own companion. The hurting part of me deserves patience. It does not need to become different before receiving love. The tired part of me deserves rest. It has carried enough for today. The fearful part of me deserves safety. It does not need to be shamed into silence. The hopeful part of me deserves space. It is allowed to believe that life can still become softer. I rest in love, and peace moves gently through me. Let the words settle without effort. You do not need to hold all of them. Perhaps one sentence stays close. Perhaps one sentence feels like the exact message your heart has been waiting to hear. Carry only that one. Let it become enough. Nothing more is being asked of you now. You have listened to the heart. You have made room for the feeling. You have loosened your hold on what cannot be changed tonight. You have remembered that rest is not something you need to earn. Let the night become simple. There is no need to search for another teaching. There is no need to reach a perfect emotional state. There is no need to make the pain disappear before sleep. You can let peace sit beside the pain. You can let tenderness sit beside the fear. You can let hope sit beside the uncertainty. Healing does not always remove one feeling before another can arrive. Sometimes peace and sadness share the same moment. Sometimes you still miss what was lost while knowing you are moving forward. Sometimes the heart remains tender while the body begins to rest. That is allowed. The goal is not to empty yourself of every feeling. The goal is to stop being at war with what you feel. Let the heart be human. Let it carry memories without being ruled by them. Let it hold love without chasing what has ended. Let it feel uncertainty without creating a painful future. You have done enough for today. Perhaps the day did not go as planned. Perhaps you became tired earlier than expected. Perhaps you said something you wish you had said differently. Perhaps someone disappointed you. Perhaps you disappointed yourself. The day can still end with care. You do not need to punish yourself through the night. You can learn tomorrow. You can apologize tomorrow if an apology is needed. You can complete the work tomorrow. You can make a new choice tomorrow. This moment does not require another action. It asks for release. Let the day become farther away. Its noise does not need to follow you. The conversations do not need to continue. The unfinished work does not need to stand beside the bed. The future does not need to enter the room. You are here. That is enough. The heart may still ask whether everything will be okay. You do not have to give it a promise about every event. Give it a promise about your presence. I will remain with you, and I will listen when you are afraid. I will protect your peace when I can. I will not speak to you with cruelty. I will help you begin again. The heart does not need control over life when it trusts that you will not leave. This is the safety you are building. It is not outside you. It is not dependent on another person's mood. It is not dependent on receiving the exact answer you wanted. It lives in the way you return to yourself. As the night becomes quiet, let peace find every tender place within you. Let it find the part that still feels rejected. You are not without worth. Let it find the part that feels forgotten. Your life is still moving. Let it find the part that feels guilty. You are allowed to learn and forgive yourself. Let it find the part that feels lonely. You are present with yourself now. Let it find the part that is tired of being strong. You do not have to carry everything anymore. There may be a place in the heart that has remained closed because opening once led to pain. Do not force it open. Simply let peace sit near it. Let peace say, I will not rush you. Let peace say, you can open when you feel safe. Let peace say, you are not wrong for protecting yourself. Let peace say, love can return in a gentler form. Your heart has not failed because it became guarded. It learned from pain. Now it can learn from care. The learning will take time. That is okay. You do not have to wake tomorrow completely changed. Perhaps you wake only a little softer. Perhaps one old thought feels less convincing. Perhaps you feel more able to protect your energy. Perhaps you remember one loving sentence. That is enough for a beginning. Do not demand a great transformation. Small inner changes become powerful when they are lived again and again. One night of choosing rest matters. One moment of refusing to attack yourself matters. One decision not to reopen the wound matters. One gentle word to the body matters. One return to the present matters. You are building peace through these choices. Peace is not always something that suddenly enters and stays forever. It can be something you practice returning to. The mind wanders into fear. You return. The memory pulls you backward. You return. The future becomes loud. You return. You do not fail because you wandered. You heal because you learn the way home. Home is the body resting here. Home is the voice that says, I am with you. Home is the present moment. Home is the truth that you do not need to earn your own love. Let home become familiar. The old pain may have felt familiar for a long time. Now peace can slowly become familiar too. Peace in the way you end the day. Peace in the way you meet a difficult thought. Peace in the way you speak after a mistake. Peace in the way you protect your energy. Peace in the way you let yourself rest. You may still have responsibilities waiting in the morning. They do not need your attention now. morning will bring too. He's strength for morning. Night brings a different gift. It gives you darkness so the eyes can stop searching. It gives you quiet so the mind can stop answering. It gives you stillness so the body can stop carrying. Receive the gift without guilt. You are not wasting this time. You are returning to life. The body restores through rest. The heart becomes softer through safety. The mind becomes clearer when it is no longer being forced. Let the night do what the night knows how to do. You do not need to supervise your healing. You do not need to check whether peace is working. Let it work quietly. Let the body be held by the place beneath it. Let the mind become less interested in the questions. Let the heart know that there is nothing more it must prove. I have done enough for today. The sentence may bring resistance. The mind may begin listing everything left unfinished. Answer gently. Enough for today does not mean everything is complete. It means your part in this day is ending. I release this day with love. You release the good moments without gripping them. You release the hard moments without replaying them. You release the mistakes without turning them into your identity. You release the people without carrying their emotions. My heart is safe with me. You may not control every person or event, but you are learning not to leave yourself inside them. I allow myself to rest. You do not need permission from the world. You do not need to reach complete exhaustion. You can rest because you are worthy of care. Peace is here, perhaps only a little, perhaps as a quiet space between two thoughts, perhaps as the body becoming heavier against the bed, perhaps as one question finally becoming less urgent. Let that small peace be real. I am supported through the night. The heart continues. The body continues. Life continues. You are not carrying existence alone. A new morning can meet a softer version of me, not a perfect version, not a person without memory, a softer version, a version that has rested, a version that remembers how to return, a version that knows pain is not the whole identity, a version that chooses a kinder inner voice. Tomorrow may still contain questions, but you can meet them after rest. Tomorrow may still require courage, but courage does not need to be created tonight. Tomorrow may still ask for a choice. Let that choice wait for daylight. This night belongs to peace. Let the old story lose its voice as the hours become quiet. Let the need to understand become less important. Let the desire to control become tired and lie down. You are not losing anything by resting. What is true will still be true tomorrow. What needs action can receive action tomorrow. What is meant to leave does not need to be held awake. What is meant to stay will not require fear to protect it. You can stop guarding the night. You can stop checking whether the pain is still there. You can stop measuring how healed you are. Healing is not a test. It is a relationship with yourself. Tonight, make that relationship gentle. Do not demand. Do not judge. Do not compare. Remain. That is enough. The hurting part may still be present, but it is no longer resting alone. Your care is there. Your voice is there. Your patience is there. Your willingness to begin again is there. The night is no longer only a place where old pain speaks. It is becoming a place where peace answers. Let everything become quieter now. The day has ended. The work of understanding can stop. The work of remembering can stop. The work of protecting everyone can stop. You do not need another thought to make this moment complete. You do not need another answer to become worthy of peace. You do not need to feel perfectly calm. You only need to allow yourself to be held by this moment. There has been enough effort, enough searching, enough carrying, enough returning to the same painful door. Let the door remain closed tonight. You are not being unkind. You are caring for your heart. There is a life within you that continues beyond what hurt. There is a part of you that still knows how to hope. There is a part of you that still recognizes love. There is a part of you that is becoming stronger without becoming hard. That part does not need to speak loudly. It is here. It is the part that chose peace instead of another night of self-attack. It is the part that understood the body needed rest. It is the part that said the past cannot own every new moment. It is the part that stayed. Let yourself be proud of this quiet choice. No one else may see it. No one else may know how difficult it was not to return to the old thought. No one else may know how much strength it took to soften. But your heart knows. Your body knows. The deeper part of you knows. You are not broken because you needed these words. You are not weak because the night became heavy. You are not failing because you still feel. You are healing because you are learning how to meet what you feel with love. Rest does not require you to forget. It does not require you to stop caring. It does not require you to become someone else. Rest only asks you to put down what you cannot carry any farther tonight. Put down the need to know. Put down the need to fix. Put down the need to be understood. Put down the need to prove your worth. Your worth is not waiting for a decision. It is not waiting for an apology. It is not waiting for tomorrow's success. It is here. You are worthy while tired. You are worthy while uncertain. You are worthy while healing. You are worthy while the future remains unknown. Let that be enough. The heart does not need to stand guard. The mind does not need to continue its search. The body does not need to hold tomorrow. You can rest. Let peace move through you in its own way. Let it move through the thoughts that have been too loud. Let it move through the memories that have felt too close. Let it move through the places where the body has stayed tense. Let it move through the part that believed it had to carry everything alone. You are not carrying everything alone now. Your own love is with you. The quiet is with you. Life is still with you. Nothing more needs to happen before this day can end. You have done enough. You have felt enough. You have carried enough. Rest gently now. The hurting part of you is no longer resting alone.